Good evening. Welcome in TeleUPC audio program. Mind Your Language. The Times of India. How movies will make us. Now the full editorial. Mind Your Language. The Times of India. Karnataka government sets a bad example via signboards. Uh, at the core of India's diversity in her vast array of languages and their promotion. But Karnataka government's decision to take the ordinance route to impose a 60-40 in Kannada, other language ratio for signboards applicable to all institutions, industry and businesses, state and private is wrong. 5 reasons why. Government kept into the vandals. The state's decision. हेलो.
गुड इवनिंग सर।
कौन?
सर मैं नेक्सको डिजिटल से बात कर रही हूँ दिल्ली से।
Governments kept in the vandals. The state's decision came on the heels of the vandals damaging signboards of shops which allegedly were not Kannada enough. To note, the vandalism happened despite traders having agreed to implement the 60-40 ratio by February 8, 2024 as required in a Bengaluru municipality circular. The wreckage was by so-called activists of an outfit led by Narayana Gowda, who forays into headlines with extreme actions. Why call rowdies activists? Gowda wrote in blood to the PM on the Kaveri water wrangles is active in the Maha-Karnataka board dispute. Apart from being a proponent for development of Kannada, many such fringe netas have burst onto the political landscape in several states the last few years, whose activism routinely morphs into vandalism. Ordinance route is overreach. Surely the decision to bring in the 60-40 ratio amendments could have waited till the legislature meet cavalier use of ordinance by the executive for reasons that have little to do with the public interest undermines the legislature. Investor tourist behavior. Any vandalism, even if perpetrators are picked up by police, is a setback for a state known for its friendly investment climate. Further, the urgency shown to amend the law sends out a message for weak governance. Karnataka, as an investor, tourist, migrant hub, can least afford that. No, the 2022 law to develop Kannada language doesn't specify a ratio but makes Kannada primary and instruct Kannada be used in upper sections of boards. A 2018 Go specified the 60-40 ratio. The key point is what language private entities use for their signboards, ads, etc. is not state business, period. How movies will make us. More than ever, cinema is used by different people for different things. Expect more of this in 2024. Avjit Ghosh. Like the air we breathe, cinema is all around us now. We access films on mobile phones, laptop, TV, and theaters. We watch movies at bus stops, workplace, even hospitals. Cinema of inattention. Yet our to watch list keep growing like books by the. Besides that, we never read. We are consuming more films than ever before. But the truth is that films don't consume us anymore. Do we remember what we saw last week? Sometimes we forget them even before they are over. Plots and faces overload the head, scramble, scramble our thoughts. Cinema is just something we watch and words pass. Didn't start in 2023, but the year underlined this trend that's unlikely to disappear in 2024. The way we are watching movies tell us something of the people we have become. Cinema as cultural politics. Cinema is many things: beauty, art, malaise, box office, but it can also be used as a device to push culture, politics. The unrelating regularity with which the hashtag boycott is appended to movies Pathanand Adipurush this year and hurdled like bombs in social media is unlikely to disappear in the new year, though one can see the law of diminishing returns at work. Governments across the world have always promoted films aligned to their ideology. India is no exception, but now a brash updated playbook is at work. The Kerala story 2023, where three girls, the two Hindus and one Christian, endure wearing nightmarish ordeal from an organized group of radicalized Muslim, received tax exemptions in some BJP ruled states. In contrast, the movie was banned later overturned by court or shadow banned in states ruled by parties in opposition, underlining the extreme polarization of the national polity. It's a super success and indicator of our current state of mind. The National Award announced this May named the Kashmir Files as the best films on the national integration. Undeniably, the movie is a powerful document on the forced exodus of Kashmiri Pandits, but only the jury can explain how and why it was the most deserving films in the category. One also wonders how the Kerala story will be evaluated for the awards in the coming year. Culture politics has extended to the rapidly expanding worlds of the OTT. A recent Washington Post claimed that an environment of self censorship permeates multinational OTTs. The pressure reportedly was primarily related to political and religious content that filmmakers thought could get targeted cinemas as a cohesion. 2022 saw the mega success of southern based mass entertainers such as RRR and KGF2. The occurrence prompted a gush of article on how Bollywood has lost its touch with the popular pulse, while the South continuously cracked the mass entertainers code. In 2023, Bollywood found what it had seemingly lost. The Kerala Story, Gadar 2 and Pathan, all blockbusters, had Mumbai-based producers. Two other major box office winners, Animal and Jawan, displayed a North-South fusion. Both blended Bollywood heroes with South-based directors who framed these movies in the language of excess, signature of Southern mass entertainers. One Nation, One Cinema, One Hindi cinema was viewed as a cultural invader. Language was construed as a weaponing tool. What in times when big budget mass entertainers, especially those from the South, are released in multiple languages, that B is no longer in the bonnet. In any case, North South engagement and exchange have always been integral to India's film industry. L.B. Prasad, the great founder of Prasad Production, acted in Alam Arain 1931. Uday Shankar's dance drama Kalpana 1948 was produced at Gemini Studio Madras. In the 1980s, Southern production houses shook up the Hindi film industry. Simply put, the North-South variances will continue to be marketed as unbridgeable schemes by politicians and tools, and anxieties over the impending delimitation will only add to the edginess in the coming days. But on the ground, North and South will continue to interact every which way, especially in the movie business. Cinema as continuity, like relatives who have overstayed their hospitality. Aging actors often get booed out of the box office if they don't act their age. But 40 years after his debut film Betab, Sunny Deol delivered another humongous hit, Gadar 2, with its distinct anti-Pakistan turns. The BJP MP from Gurdaspur is 67 with a little help from technology. Shah Rukh Khan, Jawan, Pathan, approaching 60, to reaffirmed his box office muscle. Cinema as control. It has been a year since National Film Archive of India, Directorate of Film Festival, Children's Film Society India, and Films Division are merged with NFTC into a single entity, apparently to bring synergy and increase efficiency. The fruitfulness of that outcome, if any, should be made public in 2024. Tel Telpais. A few days back, a multiplex, a couple was arguing with the young women gatekeepers. They were trying to get their preteen son into the theater. A screening animal, an angry growl of an adult movie. The couple, reasonably rich by attire and accessory, wasn't sheepish about the unreasonable demand. Who will take care of him at home? Will you take responsibility of something happens to him? They questioned the ex exasperated employee who was trying to be as polite as possible. Posh people not only break rules with abandon, but are also aggressive and sanctimonious about it. Many of us are animals in the street. Thank you.